All right, universe. Most perfect universe, love and light. Let's do this. I've been meaning to do it for a minute. If you're not new to my content, you get that. If you are new to my content, well, welcome. It's mostly evolution-based, fifth-dimensional, consciousness-based. It gets a little esoteric at times. It's not anything that's really being taught in the mainstream very much. So if you aren't new though, welcome back. Glad that you're here. With that being said, let's get into this full moon business here. We got this full moon in Virgo. Oh Lord. Have mercy on your creation. See, first of all, if you're looking for just another chill and journal full moon in Virgo video on how to, further establish the redundant and outdated structures that are collapsing, first of all, this isn't your video, okay? Second of all, you lose. And that's because this isn't just another full moon in Virgo. It's not just another lunar eclipse in Virgo. It's a full-scale system upgrade for those ready to step into divine mastery. This is not just some typical, let's see what needs to be released. No. Look, if you're still trying to perfect the old ways, trying to control what was never meant to last, trying to fix something that was never meant to be repaired, you're selling yourself short. This full moon isn't here to help you reinforce the old. It's here to make sure you leave it behind. It's here to create the new structures. And we don't have to wait for the old structures to completely collapse to do that. Because we're not building this from the ground up. We're building this from the sky down. And that's why the old structures are collapsing in the first place. Yeah, this isn't about upgrading the third dimension. This is about upgrading our consciousness to the fifth dimension. So if you've been waiting for a sign to get your life together, this is it. If you've been playing it small, waiting for the right moment to step into your divine mission, well, guess what? You just ran out of excuses, because this is your initiation right here. This full moon in Virgo, this is a total spiritual checkmate. You're being called to level up or stay stagnant right now, and staying stagnant, that's going to hurt now more than ever. You either step up or you get left behind, because the old ways, they're collapsing. The old paradigms, they're dead. But you, if you're here, then you weren't meant to fit into this world's broken systems in the first place. So, and you weren't meant to, just keep on building up on these redundant structures, these outdated structures. You were meant to build something higher. And luckily, this full moon is pulling back the veil, showing you exactly what needs to be done. And if you don't take the call, that's on you. So yeah, if you're here to just, do some manifestation stuff, manifest some abundance and do a little release work, go find another Virgo full moon video. This isn't for you. But if you're here to cut through the illusions, embody your divine assignment, and really fully activate your highest self, then keep watching, because with this full moon in Virgo, everything has changed. That's why in this video, we're not talking about the mainstream astrology stuff. We're talking beyond the usual release and reflect full moon rhetoric that you hear everywhere else. This is about obliterating outdated timelines, stepping into divine mastery, and unleashing the full potential of this Virgo-Pisces axis. See, this is a bridge between worlds right here. Virgo isn't just about details and perfection. It's the alchemical refinement of divine potential. This is where spirit meets form, you know what I mean? Look, the Pisces dissolves illusions, but Virgo crystallizes wisdom. This full moon, it's the perfect moment to ground higher knowledge into reality. Not just meditate it, meditate on it. No, and just journal about it a little bit. No, we're talking full embodiment here. You got to really embody these energies coming in. We're talking 5D integration work here. You've been receiving the wisdom, or downloading the codes, however you want to say it, so activate them. You know? If you're still caught in self-doubt, procrastination, or fear, look, this lunation is calling you all the way out. It's time to integrate divine wisdom into everyday life. It's time to transcend perfectionism and step into divine mastery. And spiritual perfectionism, that's the biggest shadow of Virgo. Thinking you need to be ready, pure, or fixed before stepping into your mission. It doesn't work that way. The 5D truth, perfection is an illusion of the lower dimensions. Like your messy, imperfect human self is the exact vessel needed for divine service, just as you are. Just because you can't tell how to get from step 1 to 100 doesn't mean that it can't be done, and it sure doesn't mean that you shouldn't take that first step. You'll figure the rest of them out as you go. See, this moon is exposing any part of you that is hiding behind analysis, paralysis, over-planning, or, feeling like you're not good enough. The old spiritual paradigm says heal first, ascend later. No, we're not doing that. The new paradigm says ascend through action. Stop waiting to be ready. It's time to put in some practical fifth dimensional work here. You got to detox the mind. Virgo rules purification, but the most important cleanse is your mental field and your emotional, of course. You got to cut out the doubts. You got to cut out the distractions, all the outside noise. You got to ritualize your mission too. This isn't just about releasing. This is about creating divine structure. What small, consistent actions can you be taking right now to lock in your ascension path? You know what I mean? It's time to channel your higher self into daily life. What would your fully ascended self do differently today? Start living like that now, as much as you can. It's time to master discernment too. Virgo's gift is cutting through the nonsense. So you got to be ruthless in dropping anything that drains your frequency, whether it's thoughts, habits, or people, or whatever it is. Like I said, this isn't just another full moon. It's a reality shift. This is not your typical chill and journal full moon. This is an activation portal for those ready to move beyond illusion and step into their divine mission. For those who are ready to break down the prison walls that are this 3D dimension that we live in. If you're feeling overwhelmed, scattered, or doubting yourself, though, good. That's just your ego reacting to the expansion. Embrace it. Lean into that. Because this is a breakthrough disguised as comfort, as discomfort. And yeah, there's not going to be very much comfortable about it getting started. But that's how real growth always is. It's going to be comfortable later if you start putting in this work. See, the ones who use this energy to fully step into their divine assignments, they're going to feel the biggest frequency jump of the year so far. And those who don't, they're going nowhere super fast. Faster than ever before. This isn't just about manifesting or letting go. This is about anchoring in your highest reality right here, right now. It's time to go shift some timelines, let's break it down. What's really happening here energetically? Because this isn't just a full moon. It's a spiritual diagnostic scan. Virgo, the great purifier, the sacred architect, scanning your energy field, looking for misalignments. Anywhere your actions, thoughts, and purpose are out of sync, it's coming to the surface. And why? Because Pisces, its opposite, is dissolving every illusion you've been holding on to. This axis isn't just about logic versus intuition or control versus surrender. This is the bridge between raw divinity and practical embodiment. Pisces dissolves the rigidity of Virgo into divine flow, you see. Virgo refines the chaos of Pisces into divine order. This isn't just about balance here. This is about total fusion. And at this full moon, you're being shown where you're too rigid, too structured, too stuck in how things should be. And that's what stops a lot of people from making moves. Oh, well, it's like, oh, I need this to happen like this and like that so that this and that can happen. Just because it's not happening the way you think it should happen or has to happen doesn't mean that it's not happening. So that business you're waiting to start, you already know enough. Do it. You know, that healing you're waiting for, you're already whole. Integrate it. That final sign you've been waiting on, this is it. This is the sign. So if you keep waiting for some mystical green light from the universe, you're going to stay stuck forever moving forward, because this full moon is the green light. So let us get into how to use this energy to really upgrade our reality right now. Because even if we understand what's happening, how do we actually use it? Here's the 5D playbook for turning this full moon into a massive spiritual upgrade. Number 1, burn the blueprint and build as you go. That's right. Yeah, I know Virgo loves a plan. Loves knowing the how, the when, all the structure of it, right? But Pisces laughs at that, because in the 5th dimension, the path reveals itself as you walk it. Like I said, you don't need to know how to get from step 1 to step 100. You just need to know how to take that first step and do that. The rest will have a light on it as you go. See, this full moon wants you to break free from all that over-analysis paralysis and just take that messy divine action. Just, and trust that the universe is going to put it where it needs to be, put you where you need to be, and put other people where they need to be for you in any other situations. Number 2, you got to cut out the static. You got to master your frequency. And Virgo rules discernment. It's here to show you what's draining you and what's fueling you. So it's a good time to audit your reality. Every thought, habit, and person in your life is either raising or lowering your frequency. So what's got to go? That toxic habit, that excuse you're always using to not do that one thing that your heart wants you to do so bad, that energy leak, it's all being highlighted now. So with Virgo, the sacred surgeon, use it. Cut out the dead weight. Number 3, flip perfectionism into divine precision. Because like I said, the biggest shadow of Virgo, waiting to be perfect before moving forward. The highest evolution of Virgo, divine precision. Knowing that small intentional steps lead to quantum leaps. So instead of being overwhelmed by the big picture, just start making tiny, powerful moves now. Even if they're not the most powerful move, just make any move that you can make. And the rest of the moves will expose themselves as you go along. And number 4, merge the mystical with the practical. Stop separating your spiritual life from your real life. There is no separation. They are one. They are the same. Everything you do, your work, your habits, your relationships should be a reflection of your divine self. If your daily life doesn't match your highest vision, Virgo is here to help you integrate it. So what's one thing you can start doing every day to embody your highest self? Yes, meditation is great, but so is organizing your space, mastering your craft, showing up for your mission, however that may be. Of course, your number 1 mission, first and foremost, is breaking free from this third dimensional box that we live in. Stop perceiving of existence from only this ability to see merely 3 dimensions and start seeing way more, because there is way more to see than just what our third dimensional consciousness can perceive of. And that's what this lunar eclipse in Virgo is here to help us do. So are you actually ready? Because this full moon is not about sitting back and reflecting. It's about getting up and implementing. If you're serious about stepping into your mission, your highest path, your divine truth, your truest essence, then it's time to act like it. It's time to behave like it. If you want to be a healer, start healing. If you want to be a creator, start creating. If you want to be an ascended master in human form, start living like one. Because here's the hard truth. Nobody is coming to validate you. Nobody is going to crown you ready. Nobody is going to hand you your ascension. You take it, you claim it, you become it. This full moon in Virgo is handing you the tools to do so, but you have to be the one to use them. So are you going to take them and use them, or are you going to wait for another lifetime? See, this full moon is not just about shifting energy. It's about shifting you. The version of you watching this, that version dies here, because the you that is walking out of this full moon, that's the version who does the God-blessed thing, you know? So if you're ready to claim it, claim it. Lock it in. Your highest self is waiting. Look, we're not just talking about stepping into divine mastery here, though. We're talking about living it, breathing it, fully integrating it on a physical, emotional, mental level. This full moon in Virgo, it's not just about doing the work. It's about being the work. So what are the 5D behaviors that we could be integrating right now to start integrating ascension into the body and mind? Number 1, sitting with your emotions. Let them finish their cycle. Most people resist their emotions. They distract themselves. They suppress them. They try to rationalize them away. They'll try to do something that will make them feel the opposite of what a negative emotion is making them, or making them feel, you know. It's escapism. This is no time for escapism. If you don't want to keep on feeling all of those negative emotions the rest of your life, then just sit with them and just let them be. Don't try to ignore them. Don't try to do things to push them away. Don't try to think of things that will make you, you know, the opposite of angry and sad. Just let them be and just watch them. Just perceive of them. Let yourself just be angry or sad or whatever, or scared. And just watch those emotions as they're something to be aware of. They're not a part of who you are. They're just something that you're aware of. Just like the physical body is not who you are. It's just something you're aware of. The thoughts that you have about yourself, they are not true. The judgments that you have about yourself, they are not true. All the other beliefs about yourself, they are not true. Even if they are physically true, that's just the vessel. They're not true about you. So you let those emotions just sit there and you just watch them. What the fuck you looking at, dude? Pardon me. See, that type of behavior, that's not very fifth dimensional of me. But I needed to let dude know I ain't the one. Lest he go and do something stupid and have to learn the hard way. But anyway, look, emotions, they're not obstacles. They're energy in motion. They come in waves, and when you let them flow through you without resistance, they clear space for higher frequencies. But when you try to ignore them, they just linger around. These negative, lower frequency emotions, they are of the dark. And when you shine a light on them, they run. Like throwing unconditional love at a demon trying to come at you in a meditation. It's gone. It does not like that. Satan does not like love. You know, you want to hate the devil. You want to hate the evil. That's just fueling the devil even more. The devil likes that. The devil wants you to hate it. You got to throw unconditional love at it. That's what it hates. And when you just watch these emotions, just observe them, like, okay, these are things that I was once holding within my system, and now that I'm paying attention to them, they can kind of they'll go away. They run away. They're negative energies running from the light. So if you feel overwhelmed and anxious or triggered under this full moon, instead of pushing those emotions away, really sit with them. Virgo wants to understand, but Pisces wants to release. So let the emotion just fully express itself. It doesn't need to be fixed. It just needs to be felt. Instead of judging your emotions, just be the witness. Feel them without attaching a story to them, Let them cycle through. Let them go. And number 2, fifth dimensional work that we can start integrating. Releasing negative self-limiting beliefs, because they were never yours. Most of the beliefs that hold you back aren't even yours at all. They were programmed into you by society, your upbringing, this outdated 3D matrix. This full moon in Virgo is highlighting where you are still operating from a false story, Virgo loves facts. Here's a fact. Your self-doubt, it's not real. Your fears, they only exist because you keep feeding them. When you release them, they lose their power. So, you want some journaling? Here's your journaling deal for this full moon. Write down every self-limiting belief that comes up. Then fact check it. Is it true? Or is it just a story you've been told? And then replace it with the higher truth. Stop saying I'm not ready to step into my power. And start saying I was born for this. My highest self already exists. I'm just remembering it. Because that's what it is. A lot of us, we go through life too afraid to do the things that our heart wants us to do. Instead, we do all these other stupid things that we've been tricked into thinking would bring us happiness, but they don't. Because they're just lies. They're just based on lies that we've been told, oh, well, do this and do that, and it'll make you happy. Go chase after this and go chase after that. No, go chase after what your heart wants you to chase after. Don't chase after it. Don't chase after it. Just let it come to you. Put the work in that you got to put in. But don't be chasing after it as in feeling like you need to achieve and acquire these things to be happy. That's the number one biggest belief that you've got to let go of, is believing that you're sad because you don't have this or that, or you're angry because this or that happened. No, you're lacking pure joy, unconditional love and gratitude and bliss and peace, because you still think that your negative emotions are coming from things that you lack. But they're not. They're coming from your lack of realization of yourself as pure consciousness. And like I said, Virgo is here, this full moon in Virgo is here to really help you really crystallize that wisdom. And it's going to. For a lot of you, it's going to. Moving forward, whether you like it or not. I mean, a lot of people it won't. A lot of people, they'll just be going through all of these negative emotions and they won't even understand why. But you will. You're ahead of the game. You're going to be able to get through this and get some fifth dimensional ascension action going on. A lot of us, we've been told from early ages, oh, well, you can't do this and you can't do that. And we believe it. You know, we fall under these misconceptions that, oh, you know, it's evil to have money. Why? What if I had $1 billion? Would that be so evil? Oh no, he's gonna go build cat sanctuaries everywhere. Oh my God. You know? Oh, he's gonna create homes for homeless people to get up off their feet and you know, create schools that will help people become more than just three-dimensionally conscious. Oh no, you know, come on, stop. He might make movies that don't subconsciously, subliminally make us believe that we got to do self-destructive stuff to be happy. You know, what am I going to do so bad with $1 billion? Is it so? These are just beliefs. They just don't have to resonate with us. We don't have to resonate with them. We can realize them for what they are. Just something that we believe that even if it was true at one time, that does not mean it's going to be true the rest of your life. And that's where a lot of people get it confused. It was just true in that one moment. You don't have to live based on that one 10-second interaction for the rest of your life. So let's get into some physical stuff too. What other physical things can we do? You know, we're talking about fueling the crystalline light body. You know, where our body isn't strictly carbon based anymore, you know. So what do you want to do? You got to eat lighter foods. Your body is upgrading. The old ways of eating heavy, dense processed foods, they're making ascension harder. When you eat lighter, high vibrational foods, you align more light codes to integrate. More wisdom starts flowing in, that is. The crystalline light body, it's about purity, flow, ease. Heavy foods slow down energy circulation. That's probably why I threw up all that chicken that I ate last night. Great. I just had to throw that in there. Pardon me, huh? Look, Virgo rules purification. This is the perfect time to clean up your intake. That guy just walked back by again. A much friendlier attitude this time. So weird. Anyway. Maybe I should just be a jerk to everybody for the rest of my life, huh? Stop. Let's get back into this. Look, the crystalline light body, it's not doing good. It's not doing good with all of this. It's not coming in and being integrated into your being or into your human self or however it goes. It's just not being manifested when you're feeding yourself all this junk food. You got to shift toward higher frequency, water-rich foods, fruits, raw greens, herbal teas, natural juices. You know, reduce the dense processed foods, the fried foods, because they're all creating energetic stagnation. And the number one thing, first and foremost, of course, is hydration. Water is the easiest way to integrate crystalline energy into your cells. And you got to be mindful of stimulants. Caffeine and alcohol, total disruption of energetic clarity. If you're stuck on coffee, sorry to break it to you, but you know, if you're really meant for some 5D action, then you might just find this full moon just forcing you to have to slow down on the coffee because of health issues or something. You never know. You don't have to wait for this universe to start forcing you. You can take those steps yourself. Have a cup of green tea. Chill out on the coffee. You know, I love coffee. I used to. It tastes good. I liked it dark. If you could see through it, I was like, well, this ain't coffee. This is coffee-flavored water. Nah, now I want to wake up and I might have a cup of green tea or something. If you're going to have some coffee, great. Have some green tea too, though. Like, that coffee is just no good. Like, just how you look down, if you are one of those people who looks down, which you shouldn't be. You know, we're all doing what we're doing. But just as people look down on people who drink really heavily, that is alcohol, the coffee drinkers, you're no better. In fact, y'all are even worse. That's right, I'm calling you out. 1 cup of coffee and everything's all whoop-de-whoop, cheery, huh? It's not a good look for you. Calm down. Have yourself a cup of some green tea or something, and then in the evening you get you some chill stuff on, some tea with some rose hips, chamomile, something like that, And I might do another video actually here in a couple of days. It's already 4 o'clock right now, so I want to get the evil eye protection video out next, but I gotta start making a move to go do a thing real quick, and then I'll get back on that. I'll get to that. That's already wrapped up. I got the nice pretty visuals for you and all that. Like anybody cares. I didn't have time to do the visuals on this because I'm just like, let's just get this going. You know what I mean? But yeah, I might do a 5th dimensional crystalline light body video. Like with water, I mean, it's not that hard to figure this stuff out, Drinking water isn't enough. There's other things that you can put into your body that are going to help you really get the most out of that water, and really help your body absorb it more. We'll get up into all that in another video here. Probably just to be a little quick 5-minute deal I'll do. Shouldn't take me 2 weeks. But anyway, one more thing. 2 more things. Conscious rest and regeneration. Because the upgrade happens in stillness. And this is a system-wide upgrade. This lunar eclipse in Virgo. So if you're feeling exhausted and unmotivated or just mentally scattered under this full moon, that's actually a sign of very deep integration at play here. It's just a lot of negative emotions, like I said, coming to the surface so that they can just be pushed out, But yeah, rest is a major part of the process here. Virgo wants to be productive, but Pisces is here to remind us that receiving is just as important as doing. And Pisces is playing a role in this because it's a lunar eclipse. So if you're feeling tired, just listen to your body. It's rewiring itself at this time, That's all it's doing. It's a bunch of rewiring, a bunch of cells and everything else reorganizing, neurocircuits firing off that weren't firing off before. So if you need to, then give yourself permission to slow down. Meditate. Chill out in some stillness. Let your energy field expand without any distractions, Use grounding practices. Walking barefoot. Spending time in nature. Salt baths. Salt baths are really good. That's a good way to really do some spiritual cleansing right there, too. But just being in touch with nature, being in contact with it is good, too. Even if you don't kick your shoes off, go hit the park and at least feel the grass underneath you, smell it, feel the tree, sit up against it or something and relax and chill. There's a lot of negative ions in nature, and it's very, very powerful healing stuff right there. But finally, definitely not least important, Fifth dimensional behavior means honoring your intuition. Really letting divine intelligence lead the way. Because the old way, overthinking, over-planning, second-guessing, that's out. The fifth dimensional way, letting intuition take the lead. See, Virgo's precision plus Pisces' divine guidance, that is perfect execution. You don't need more logic, you need more trust. So follow your first instinct. The more you trust your intuition, the stronger it becomes. And sometimes you may think, oh, I thought it was my intuition, but it turned out to just be a fear. Fine. Next time you know. Like I've often said, some of the most notable failures there have ever been are people like, let's say, Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Barack Obama, Oprah Winfrey, Bill Gates, Eckhart Tolle. And of course, when you hear these names, you're thinking, wait, those people are very successful. Yes, but they had to lose very, very strenuously so to figure out how to get there. And that's why normal people don't do the big stuff. That's why normal doesn't cut it. Because they're too afraid to do something because, it might not work out. Okay, it might not work out. But you might figure out a different way to try to make it work out that nobody else would have figured out because they weren't even trying. So yeah, trust your intuition. Start practicing with it. First and foremost, your intuition is going to come through the emotions a lot too. If you find something's like just really weighing heavy on your heart and you just feel like it would just bring so much peace, that's your intuition coming through, telling you, do this. This is a part of your path. And move with certainty. Doubt is a 3D construct. Trust your intuition completely. Your higher self knows the way always. Like I said, this isn't just a full moon. This is a full body, full mind, full heart, full soul recalibration. Let your emotions cycle out. No resistance, just flow. Release the old beliefs. They were never yours anyways. Eat to support your light body. High frequency fuel only. Honor your body's need for rest. Because the upgrade is happening. Let intuition lead. The mind follows, not the other way around. This is how you embody 5D consciousness. This is how you take this full moon and you make it real. This is how you stop living based on the constructs of this third dimensional matrix that most people are still succumbing to. And also, when the negative emotions do come up, or things happen that cause negative emotions, it is not an obstacle. This is a golden opportunity. A golden opportunity to take darkness and transmute that into light. What could have caused a lot of anger or sadness, you can use that to just totally disintegrate the darkness in your life, in your physical body, in your mental body, in your emotional body, in your spiritual body. If you got to imagine things being the exact opposite just to feel grateful, fine, do it. If you can, and just if you really, really can, the real move is to just realize that this is not an obstacle keeping me from being happy. This is just the universe telling me, well, maybe it needs to be a different way than the way you think it has to be. And until you release that need to make it a certain way, then you're going to keep yourself limited. So you take those obstacles and you look at them as blessings. Maybe the universe isn't punishing you. Maybe it's trying to make you even more resilient. Maybe you're tired of being more resilient, more stronger. Good. It's going to keep happening anyway. Either that or you're going to keep getting weaker. What do you want to do? You know, what do you want to do, really? You want to run from it? These opportunities to transcend darkness, to transmute. We're talking pure alchemy here. We're talking the most powerful form of alchemy. Taking these negative emotions and turning them into higher frequency emotions. Realizing that your higher self, yourself, as you're perceiving of existence from a fifth dimensional consciousness and higher, is calling the shots here more so than you think. And it's making things happen to line you up where you need to line up to reach your truest, fullest potential. So yes, moving forward, that is the most powerful thing you can do. Somebody gives you an ugly look, you don't care. You don't care at all. Somebody does something super negative, oh well. Something really bad happens to you, okay. You don't need other people's validation. You get your own validation. That's the most powerful validation anyways. Because when you're getting validation from others and you're thriving off of that, guess what? They can just take it away from you anytime they want to. And if you're in a position to be needing other people's validation, then you're probably attracting the type of people that are going to end up doing just that anyway. Straight up. This path moving forward, though, this isn't about knowing the path. It's about being the path. You don't be the path by figuring it out from a mental perspective, from a third dimensional conscious perspective. You know the path by becoming the path. That's how it goes. Like I said, just because you can't see how you could possibly get from step 1 to step 100 doesn't mean that it can't be done. This is where trusting the flow really comes in. Trusting the flow of the universe. Trusting your higher self to handle things. God, the Most High, the Divine, Jesus, whatever you call it. It's all the same. You got to trust in that higher source. That empty space in which everything is allowed to exist. That true self that you really are. You have to really, really keep that in mind. Moving forward, now more than ever. You know, this isn't about just, like I said, meditating every now and then. Yeah, you know, you should definitely start meditating in the morning. And maybe ending your days out with a little meditation too. Just to get started. But every day, like Jesus even said this, every day is a meditation. Translated in the New King James Version, I believe it says, every day is a meditation. Either way, it's true. Every day is a meditation. Meditate every day. Every moment you're meditating, every moment that you have emotions that you're aware of, you're putting out information to the rest of the universe. That's your radio dial. And you need to start paying way more attention to what you're dialed into. That's why they say when it rains, it pours. So what do you want it raining down on you? You want it raining down hellfire? Or you want it raining down the blessings of God? Pure, unconditional love, unconditional gratitude, joy, peace, bliss. This does not come to to people being angry and sad and scared. This comes to people who can embrace these negative energies, bask in them, roll around in them, play with them, destroy them by transmuting them into light. I feel like that might wrap this video up. It's been kind of windy out here where I was shooting this, recording this. Hopefully the sound is all right. But anyway, thank you all for joining. I'll have the Evil Eye video coming out this afternoon. Here probably 5:36. Should be out about 7:30 tonight. And that's going to help a lot too with integrating this 5-dimensional consciousness into the 3D. So y'all be sure to check that out too. But most importantly, remember those negative emotions. They can control you. They can keep you down, tied into this 5th dimension, this 3rd dimension. Or you can use them to transmute darkness into light, so that your enemies that are still pawns of the devil will fall, and you will rise like a phoenix rising from the ashes, while the rest of these old, outdated structures burn to the ground. Because that's what you were born for. Thank you all for watching. It's been lovely. So y'all stay lit, stay grateful, and just be yourself. Pure consciousness. Don't let all the other stuff try to tie you back down. These 3rd dimensional walls, they were never meant to hold us forever. And they won't. Because we are what allows those walls to exist in the first place. Until next time, y'all.